Welcome back to the Collider Studio here at New York Comic Con. I'm Maggie Levitt, and I'm here with the cast and creatives behind one of the best television series on TV right now, Elsbeth. Yes, thank you all for being here today.
Thanks
for having us. Thank you. How is New York Comic Con treating you so far? This is your first day here?
Yep, we just got here, and it's so fun to look out and see the sea of fans and people, dressed up and in the spirit. It's really fun.
Excellent. Well, something I love about Elsbeth is that it is doing something that a lot of TV shows today aren't doing, which is it ended season 1 in May, and season 2 is already on our TV screens again. So what is the secret behind being able to keep a series on our screens so consistently throughout a year?
No time off.
I never stop working. Working every day. Yes.
Yeah, I can certainly speak for everyone in the writers' room. We're always saying how lucky we feel to be on a show that we're able to make this many episodes and to keep going and to keep it alive. And also, I think we benefit from having a shorter time crunch, because you can end up having too much time to put together an episode of television, and you can spin your wheels and end up spinning things into the ground. There's something really, I think this show itself has the energy of we threw this together, but that energy ends up on the screen.
And it keeps your audience engaged. They come back for more. I'm curious, is season 2 the same, episode count as season 1? Is it a longer season?
Well, the first season, because of the writer's strike, there was the pilot, and then we did 9 episodes after the strike. So it was only 10. We have an order for 20 for season 2.
Excellent. Yes. Congratulations. That's excellent. Carrie, there were so many fantastic guest stars in season 1. Are there any that you're really excited about episodes in season 2 because of the talent that is kind of coming in?
It's the most delicious thing about our show, really, is that, Wendell and Cara and I are the 3 series regulars, and we get a 4th series regular every episode, and they're new and they're all amazing, and the casting has been extraordinary, and it speaks to the writing and the show that people want to come and play with us, at that level. So we've, right out of the gate, we had Nathan Lane. And so, he set the bar so high. I mean, he's so revered, and he was so wonderful, and it was such a brilliant script by John. And so, from there forward, we've just been blessed, we have people that I fangirl all over. Pamela Adlon being one that I'm, just super obsessed with as a fan of her work. And then to have her be there and have her be everything that I wanted her to be and more was just, makes my job so much easier, because I can just play with these incredible people.
And I love going out and seeing other actors and say, hey, do you want to come and do our show?
Yeah.
I'm always coming back.
He's always pitching.
I'm always pitching people, know, and I've met so-and-so, they want to do the show.
Yeah.
I met so-and-so, they want to do the show. So it reminded me of when I was growing up of, the days of, a cast of thousands or international casts from all over the world.
Yeah.
And also in television, you had that big guest star, the movie of the week. And I feel like we're doing a little movie of the week every episode.
It's very much like Murder, She Wrote, where you had, all of these people that you're so excited to see them on screen and like join an episode. A thing that I'm very obsessed with Elsbeth is her outfits. And I love how her costumes sometimes kind of reflect what's going on in the episode. And I know in episodes 2 of this season, there's kind of an upset at the end of it with a conversation in a car ride. And I'm curious, we see her colorways kind of come out of sync. And I'm wondering how intentional the colors that she wears in the episodes are.
Do you want to talk about the genius Dan Lawson?
The genius of Dan Lawson.
Yes.
He's been the wardrobe designer since The Good Wife and The Good Fight, and now Elsbeth. And he's just spectacular at it. He goes from character. He knows the characters inside and out. He's extremely aware of where the story's going and how to pull the eye to Elsbeth and make sure she's contrasting. And it's magnificent to see.
I love it. It's magnificent to watch as well. In preparation for this interview, I was reading around and seeing what fans are questioning and wondering about. And I saw a lot of fans that were curious about why Wagner doesn't like people knowing what CW stands for. And I'm wondering, is it because of A Wrinkle in Time, or is that something that we should kind of pay attention to?
Well, A Wrinkle in Time. I had not thought about that. So, yes, it's that. It's just, it sounds so much more like a leader, a strong leader, when you have, in my mind, that I've created, in his mind, that having the initials are better than having the name. And I had a friend, Eric, who is, and his first name, he spent his entire childhood going by Eric, but his first name was Lolis. And then he became a journalist, and he embraced Lolis because he thought it was, so beautiful and melodic and different. And so I think one day Wagner will embrace his name eventually when he becomes a better leader, but he's trying to put on a good front right now.
I like that. And in talking about leadership, he has a new person in the office that is kind of keeping him to task. Mm-hmm. Can you tease what's going on with the lieutenant that comes in and kind of throws things off this season?
Yeah, Lieutenant O'Connor is someone who's coming in to kind of do an audit of the precinct and my leadership. And he takes the place of someone who was corrupt and a close friend, but corrupt, and he's out. And I realize now that he is kind of the manifestation of my own self-reflection. At least that's what I've gone deep into the script. Right? That's good. And so he's this manifestation of me wondering if my best days are behind me. Am I as good as I think I am, and all of that. So I'm kind of enjoying that, and really enjoying working with Daniel Isaac, who's the actor doing it, and starting to, wonder if I can be a better police officer, and and why I became a police officer in the first place. And so he's a reflection of my own sort of self-reflection.
I just want to say, this is one of those things that, like, because we were writing a lot of episodes on the fly and all that, and then we got to the end of the first season, and we loved the idea. First of all, production was dying for us to get Elsbeth out of that storage closet because it was very difficult to shoot in it. So we thought it was this lovely moment for Wagner to let her have Noonan's old office. And it wasn't until we came together this year we said, oh, there's going to have to be a new lieutenant. And so, and again, we just try to see everything as an opportunity. And it's like, not only is this person coming in to fill that space and to sort of look everything over again, but he wants that office that he should have, and.
And what's going on with Elsbeth this season that you can tease? Because obviously she doesn't have to root out corruption anymore, but there may be more corruption. What's going on with her this season?
Well, one of the things we're exploring across the board is things from the characters' pasts are coming back to kind of haunt them or confront them, or they're having to contend with. And so something is coming for Elsbeth from her past, and I think it's going to shed some light also as to really why she moved to New York. And what happened with this thing from the past that made her feel like she needed to start fresh or run away or whatever it was. So we're going to learn more about that as we go along.
Will we see more of her family by chance? Because there's a lot of mentions of her son in the early episodes.
Right. Yeah. No, it is fun to get to know Teddy from the writers. They every episode I learn a little bit more about Teddy, because he was only mentioned once in The Good Wife, the first appearance that Elsbeth ever had, and he wasn't even by name. So having a show like this gives us an opportunity to really delve into her relationships. What is Elsbeth like as a mother? What is Elsbeth like as a friend? And so, yeah, you'll learn more about Teddy for sure.
I'm very excited for that. Michelle and Robert, what has it been like for the both of you to kind of shepherd so many incredible series on TV over the years?
The answer can only be great, right? I mean, wouldn't it be terrible to say, it's been awful?
I feel like the shows that you have kind of shepherded have also helped to kind of uplift television as a whole, because there's so many actors who are being employed, so many writers being employed, and it really feels like the shows that you have brought to screen have kind of been a mainstay and have had a really tangible impact.
I would say that I'll just speak for myself. if there's any talent, it's been finding great writers and great actors. We have worked with incredible teams.
I think also because we shoot all the shows we've done in New York, you feel good about a lot of Broadway actors who actually can get health care and can work and make money coming to our show and then enrich our show, you know, because one of the things, I don't think we went into The Good Wife thinking we were going to have continuing guest cast, but then you have these amazing guest actors come in, you go, okay, that was fun. Let's bring them back in episode 8, 12. And I think John's continuing that in Elsbeth, which is really good because it's also a little bit like a family. You don't want to see someone go, you want to see them back again. And they come back and they kill somebody else. You know, it's perfect.
And then down the line, they get a spinoff.
They get a spinoff. Yes, you're right. Because Carrie Preston was one of those guest stars. She did such a bang up job. The first time I was like, oh my God, we need to find reasons to bring her back. Someone lost a wallet in the office. Now Carrie has to come back and find it, you know.
I love that. And I did want to ask you, obviously, about Evil. And I feel like you've talked about that at length. But even if there isn't a continuation of the series as we know it, do you see it kind of shifting into other mediums? There's such a world of Audible. There's a world of books. There's so much that you can still play with.
I think creatively, we're not done with those characters in that world. So it would be lovely if there were an opportunity.
I think we said online that if, you know, CBS doesn't want to do it or Netflix, we're doing it as puppet shows at home. And we create the puppets. We just do it, you know, every week. We continue our story. So that'll be it instead of Audible, probably.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much. This is fantastic. I can't wait for everyone to see the rest of season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.